Hello there, this is Chuck, and we are back in Planetbase. I just about said Planet Crafter, but I just got done doing that one. So, I'm just picking right up where we left off. We just got, let me remove the tops. I just find it easier to look at everything with the tops removed. Now, we just got done building this bar and putting some more items in there. We're still seeing some sad faces running around, and that's what we're trying to rectify that little situation. Um, and hopefully, this lab here with more these workbenches help us get more medical supplies built quicker. Another thing I thought was weird, I just checked the grid right before I started recording, and oxygen showing at 278. Um, and with a demand of 157. But yet, a couple times, this building down here said it was running low on oxygen. So it makes me wonder if I shouldn't put another O2 generator down here. If it wouldn't, help with these buildings on this end of the base. But I have some other O2 that I put, like I put a couple here. We'll put one down there and just see if that helps any. And we have a trader, but he's just trading medical equipment and money. So I'm going to dismiss him. So our goal is to get this up to where we're going to start getting people coming in again. Because if we get that and this prestige raised, then we'll get those visitor ships coming in, which will obviously give us a little more cash. Okay, now that thing should help us with oxygen down on this end. We can still connect to that. We can still connect to that. What I'm wondering is these buildings here, you technically can't connect to them, but you can connect these pads, these, you see that'll connect to it. So then I wonder if can you put that and then connect something else to the pad. But we'll just have to tinker around with that as we advance here. All right, had to pause for a second there, but I'm back. Now, I realize we are constantly running short on medical supplies. But I think I might need another one of these sick bays, though. Because we only got one for this whole huge colony. So let's see about putting one of those down. Only problem is the sick bay is also a dead end. But we'll put one. We still got these that we can connect to, I believe. So we should be okay for that. The main thing is, like I said, getting this to increase And other than providing the people enough food and power and electricity, you know, I think we got to keep. Well, we're gonna buy another bot. All right, we don't. So we got this. We got the radio antenna still going. Although we haven't got any sort of messages in forever regarding that. So let's make sure we do have a carriage control center. We got somebody at the security console. We have somebody at the telescope controls, but nobody at the radio console. This is operated by a worker. Do we not have enough engineers in here? Let me okay, let's see what type of people we have. We have workers, biologists, engineers, medics, guards. We got all the right people. Maybe we just don't have enough of the folks that can man that. So let's go down here where we built that new sick bay, and let's go ahead and put the items in there. We'll put a medical cabinet. Put 2 more cabinets. Another trading ship. These things are landing pretty well, that airlock must have taken a hit. Well, we will look at another bot. Another 128 money for that bot. Come on, there we go. All right. So back up to 10 bots. And we're going to still get more. And we still are not getting this welfare to increase. And I really need that to go up. So we're going to keep... Our food stocks are still gaining, so we're fine on food. Wow, that bed with stuff we requested to be built a while ago just now got built. So that tells us we're still lagging behind on bioplastic. But we got most of the things built down here in this new sick bay. You know, something that would be interesting, and I would be if they had a. Of course, imagine it would take forever to wander around. But if you had the ability to go into this base in like a first-person perspective and like walk around through the domes, it would be kind of crazy. Well, yeah, we just don't have a lot of stuff I want to trade. So I don't want to trade away food because we're trying to grow the population. We don't want to get to a point where people start starving. So the only thing I could think to increase that welfare is to continue to build, structures that are going to cater to the people, make them happier campers. Okay, we're back, and I just had to pause for a second again. Now I just noticed something dumb. I had clicked off the visitor under landing permissions. So here we are waiting on these people to show up, but I think I clicked it off back when we were having food shortage issues quite a while back. So I just went in to check that, and it's turned off. So hopefully, we can start getting, but hopefully we don't get the ones that need medical attention because I am still running short of medical supplies. So maybe the next trader that lands, I'm going to have to purchase some medical supplies. So let's go ahead and buy those. That's a lot of money, but these plants were going to turn into medical supplies anyway. So I can sell some for that. Now, also occurred to me maybe you can't have too many of these starports. Although it looks like we're a little low on metal now. So we were producing plenty of metal a bit ago, but then I just built a bunch of stuff. So maybe we have to take a little while to get the numbers, the levels back up there. So I feel like now we're at a point, if we check the grid, our water storage is full. We're still producing more than we're consuming. Looks like power is doing pretty good. We keep filling up the storage. And oxygen, well, we're good on oxygen. So I think the grid is fine. So now we're at kind of a period of letting metal, build back up so we can build more structures. Because I fully plan on, that we got medical supplies in that cabinet. And hopefully they've put some in the one down here. Yeah, it's full. So now we're good on medical supplies, and we have another trader. And he's got food and he's got some money. And I said I've been hesitant to be purchasing money, but I think I'm going to buy some because this guy has a fairly, well, his commission's kind of high. But, well, he's got item count up there. I don't know what. Obviously, I could sell a medical supply. I could sell that. Or spares. Okay, he's got room for one more item, and I need 6 more in money. That metal would go for 15. I hate to trade metal. I don't want to trade the medical supplies. Medicinal plant, maybe. There we go. All right. So those are working. And we lost a robot. That keeps going down, and I really am kind of wondering because we have plenty of food, and we've even built more of these entertainment buildings, and that doesn't seem to have done the trick. So we're just going to keep plugging away here. All right. Yeah, it just keeps fluctuating. We had it pretty high there for a while, and then it just dropped again. So I don't know if it has to do with having so many services for the amount of population you have. If that's the case, we probably need to think about I could put one there. I'm going to put more beds. And now we're going to run out of metal. All right, how much metal is that going to take? 2 and 2 bioplastic. Okay, another trader. Let's see what he's got and what we might want to get. Well, we don't have enough money to buy that. The patent. He's got carrier bots and driller bots. I think I could try to buy another carrier bot. Yeah, we'll take that. So I don't think you can ever have too many bots. Now, I wonder... It's not being operated from the command center. So let's check the command center and see if there's just something I forgot to click, which is causing that to not have anybody operating it. Says it's operated by a worker, but maybe I need to put this on a priority, and that'll get people to come in here and man those facilities. I don't know if I have too many things set at high priority. And what would happen if I take some of these food buildings and just put them on normal priority? Uh, we'll still produce enough food. You can see food stocks are still growing. All right, let's. I know I'm really just checking everything out here. I don't know. Oh, that's the bar. These canteens, the meal makers. If there's any way to change the variety, or do we got to go to the labs and look at the food makers and change some to beef and change that one to pork? So maybe that's going to give us more variety of food. So I'm not sure if I did that with all of them. I know initially I did. Well, yeah, I'm going to dismiss that guy. Well, now look, we don't. Now it's showing that we have somebody monitoring that. So that was one of our issues there. Why we weren't seeing these visitors. Now, if we just get some visitors that need food, we'll be fine. If they need medical attention, we might be not sure. We do have some medical supplies, but now we're running short on spares. And we have the spares workshop working, so and I'm not seeing a lot of things that are needing repair. Everything looks like it's in decent shape. Okay. Yeah, we do need to get some more people in here, because we are going to need to increase productivity. Got a lot of buildings that just aren't really producing much at all. They're sitting idle, and I think a few more people or a few more robots, which would free up people. I think a few more robots would really help, because then we could get people working on all these different things which are kind of idle at the moment. So I don't think we need to build anything else yet. I'm going to buy a little bit more money, but maybe not too much. All right. I'm going to work that cash up gradually. If we look at milestones, really we got to unlock the technologies and build the monolith and get the population up. That's what's left. And the technologies, we need to acquire 10 of them. And we currently have, we still need 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we've got 5, we've got half of them basically. So that's still going to be a lot of money needed to get all that. Well, yeah, food's still growing, 200 money. Medical supplies, pretty good shape. Spares, it seems like we're using them as soon as we can produce them. So that needs to increase a little bit. I think our focus is going to be increasing our robots. Now, maybe if I can get some driller bots, that'll free up people from having to work the mines, and they'll be able to come work some of these other buildings. And speaking of that, another trader has landed. Yeah, I'm going to dismiss him. I'm figuring that, of course, I know that this has to get higher. Now, that's decent. So we just start seeing people come in again. Now, that prestige needs to go up for us to get visitors, though. Armed intruder. 2 of them. Well, I think we have whacked the intruders with no loss to our own people. So that's always good when that happens. Now, where was I? I was looking at these stats and how this keeps really kind of wavering a lot. And I'm wondering what's obviously. We have 14 armed guards. I'm wondering, do the fact that intruders came in, does that have an effect? Because I know things like food, and I even understand that maybe the variety of food. So I need to go check out these other. All right, here's some more food. That one's making chicken. That's also chicken. Let's change that to beef. Change that one to pork. Maybe that can go back to chicken. Maybe that could go to beef. All right, let's just change up the variety of the meat and see if that has any positive effect. Because I don't think we could change the type of meals that are made, but maybe with producing different type of meat, they'll make different meals. And if the people aren't stuck eating chicken all the time, they might be happier. I know I'd get kind of sick of it if I just ate chicken all the time. Oh, another trader. What do we got? Well, no bots. And not enough money for that. So I don't know if I want to buy any of this. I wouldn't mind some more money. Let's see about maybe another. Okay, there we go. Got a little more money. Not giving up too much. But yeah, we definitely got to get productivity needs to start increasing again. We are just barely keeping up on the metal. And there for a while it was rolling pretty good, and that's why we built all this extra stuff. So that's where we are right now. We kind of waiting on these stats here to increase. And it seems like it just keeps moving up and down quite a bit. And I can't really build anything new because we're not getting a surplus of any kind of metal now. Now I wonder what would happen if I take a mine, like 1 or 2 mines, and put on high priority. We start cranking out the ore again. Because that worked at one time. We let them build up a lot of ore, and then we switched them back to normal, and then people made a lot of metal. Well, so that's kind of where we are. We've got quite a bit new stuff built. We haven't gained or lost in population. It seems like we've got a few more robots now. And the stats keep fluctuating quite a bit, you know, based on I'm not sure what factors are causing it to go down and then back up. Because we've built extra beds. Well, and I haven't put anything in that one yet. So let's go ahead and all right. I don't know how long that'll take to get built, but it's in the works. That should help things out a bit. And we just lost another bot. So that's kind of where we are. We're looking to take that next jump, you know, toward the next level. And I think we are just about on the verge of that. I don't think we need a constructor bot, so I'm going to dismiss that. And we are going to pretty much call it a day here. And next time we resume, I think we're going to be making that push toward, you know, let's say maybe not all the way to 200, but we should be gaining our population a bit. Because we'll have this increased a bit since, you know, by the time we get these extra beds built. So we're gonna call it for right now. I'm gonna sign off, and I hope you have enjoyed this video. If so, please like and subscribe, and I will see you the next time.